Very few people have the power to save lives. But as the world's leading skin cancer experts, our new Australians of the Year do that every single day. I first met Professors Richard Scolyer and Georgina Long 6 months ago as they set out to find a cure for Richard's brain cancer.
I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die yet. I'm too young to die. I love my life. I really do. I would love it that if some of our knowledge and discoveries in melanoma, it's a small chance that it might actually work, but wow.
Only a cancer researcher like Richard could take on this risk because he understands it.
But there's also something else. There's risk, but there's also that hope that you might be about to blow up everything they know about treating brain cancer.
Yeah. I want to give it a crack and see if it can make a difference.
Well, they're both incredible, and the new Australians of the Year join me, Richard and Georgina. I was cheering when I heard this. When you heard your names the other night, have you had a little moment where you've pat each other on the back and said, good work, you rock?
I don't think we have. Because you go.
Well, we were just blown away,
Yeah.
shocked. We didn't expect this at all. We were just joking before. We didn't practice our speech like we're supposed to because we didn't expect to win.
I have to say one other thing. Some people will notice that on the night he had something on his face. That was from a bike accident, not his treatment.
I was worried about you overdoing it, though, Richard, because when we last spoke last July, you said without this experimental treatment on your brain cancer, you were sort of looking at 6 to 9 months, and you just had your 8-month scan. The results?
Came back all clear, so pretty happy about that. Yeah, the average time to recurrence for my sort of tumour is about 6 months, so out to 8 months, that's great news, and fingers crossed that it stays like this for longer.
Was that the big relief? And for you, Georgina, right? Like, you work with this man, he's now your patient, but he's also your best friend.
So, yeah, that's a tough gig, I have to say. It's a tough gig. I've thought about every scenario. It's always nerve-wracking. I think it's the most nerve-wracking for Richard. Yeah. And we know people with cancer who have very serious terminal cancer. Every scan, I mean, I'm dealing with people in my clinics all the time. Every scan's a big deal. As time goes by, they get less and less, but they spend their whole life with that anxiety on their shoulders. As his friend, I carry that same concern and worry, but also as an oncologist, it infuses into me. I know that bad things can happen, so I'm anxious, but I'm used to managing it.
But we're holding on to the good news, aren't we? You know, you'll take this.
We'll take this and hopefully more good news to follow.
Because what you and the team at the Melanoma Institute Australia, you're changing the field of brain cancer much like you did with skin cancers. And half of all people with advanced melanoma now survive thanks to your work. And that's what you've been acknowledged for. That is a really big deal.
It is. To think back 10 years when pretty much everyone with advanced melanoma would die from their disease, most of them within a year, to now have 55% 5-year survival. It's truly, truly incredible.
So it was a game changer. Immunotherapy was a game changer. We'd been working in melanoma for decades, like the field, trying to find a way to use the immune system. And what we did in melanoma, not only has it helped melanoma, but other cancers have now followed and then done their own trials with these immune therapies.
Well, I mean, I think what you're doing is giving hope in fields or certain cancers where there hasn't been any hope up until this point. And as the new Australians of the Year, you have this powerful platform. What is it the bronzed Aussies on the beach aren't seeing that you see?
We see melanoma patients every day. One Australian is diagnosed every 30 minutes. One Australian still, despite these discoveries, dies every 6 hours. We need to do more work to get us to 0 deaths from melanoma. Prevention is better than cure, and sun safety is the way to prevent melanoma. So we need to do more. The glamorisation of tanning in social media and advertising, we have to stop it.
People need to understand when you see a tan, that's skin cells in trauma. And that is unhealthy because that's how you get skin cancer. We have to stop glamorising tanning. We have to.
And look, you've dedicated this to all patients and families impacted by cancer. Why?
Because in Australia, we have an incredible country. Australians are very generous in what they do. So for us to do our research to change the field, we need information about patients. We need willingness to participate in clinical trials. So thank you to all melanoma cancer patients, but indeed all cancer patients.
We're all just so proud. Congratulations, it's so well deserved. You're such powerful advocates and I can't wait to see what you do this year with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali.
And thank you, Australia.